Qualifying here, this time he'll keep it. He hasn't got that 10th place penalty, and this is Lewis Hamilton's struggles.
Yeah, he was all four wheels off, but got a massive swapper on in the middle of the corner, and there's no doubt about that being all four wheels off. So that was in turn 4. Yeah, it's cost Lewis Hamilton dearly.
And in terms of the championship battle, Lando Norris will start behind Max Verstappen. Once again in qualifying, Verstappen gave it his all and produced a lap that was good enough for the top 5, produced a lap that probably he wasn't expecting in terms of the handling of the car so far this weekend, and crucially for him was a lap that was faster than Lando Norris, who needs to outscore Max Verstappen to carry on the title fights in tomorrow's race. Verstappen, for the second year running, could take the title on a Saturday night at the racetrack.
So both McLaren stalled out. They did a 33.0 in Q2 and a 33.0, the pair of them, in Q3. They just didn't have anything left after that. George Russell found 0.4 of a second with a cracking pole position lap there. Good effort.
Yeah, hit the wall, left it until last to come out. I'm not saying hitting the wall was part of his strategy to get him out last and be right at the back, but that's where he wanted to be.
Yeah, he was right, wasn't he?
Yeah, on that final flying lap of the 10 drivers going for pole. Right place, right time, and for George Russell, P1 and pole position is, for the 4th time in his career, is definitely the right place for him. And for Pierre Gasly, that is a super lap for him in the Alpine. Not sure he'd have been 3rd on the grid on most people's bingo cards.
Well, we've talked about him being 4th in Q2. Yeah. He was right up there, wasn't he?
But going into this qualifying
absolutely,
session...
Absolutely right, yeah.
It's George Russell on the display panels on top of the roof of the pit building here, looking up to the heavens rather than down on everyone else. But when he slots onto the grid tomorrow, he'll be right at the front and everyone else behind him.
So now we need to find out who's got a race car who can keep the medium tyres and hard compact tyres from graining, which is a whole different story tomorrow.
Well, as Ted said, Ferrari really fancy their chances for the race. They think they've got a fabulous race pace here, and they line up 2nd and 4th on the grid. Lando Norris needs to do something to beat Max Verstappen and keep the title race alive. Oscar Piastri didn't have the pace either to trouble the front 2 rows. Yuki Tsunoda lines up 7th in his RB. Nico Hülkenberg at 9th for Haas in his 10th Q3 appearance of the season.
I don't think Red Bull and Verstappen will be too unhappy with 5th. Actually, they've been struggling around here.
In the Constructors' Championship.
We were expecting that Qatar was going to be the one where we'd be quick. This weekend, we are long corners and combined. The rest of this weekend,
I don't know if you caught all that. We were expected to be quick in Qatar, but this weekend, no. Makes no sense, says George Russell, which kind of echoes the comments that I was being told at Mercedes. That, you know, I said, why are you so quick this weekend? We don't know. We just don't know. But that's the thing about this car, Martin. It's a temperamental beast, isn't it? You get it in the right working window, it's a race-winning car. George said this at the press conference.
Yeah, it's worrying. They don't know why it's quick. They don't know why it's slow sometimes. But tonight, it doesn't matter for George Russell and Mercedes-Benz. And you have to say, Mercedes on the front row or on pole has been a... What is that? Smoking away down there. Has been... looked like a dead cert, didn't it? In fact, both of them, perhaps, we expected up there.
Yeah, well done to Pierre Gasly. Well done in particular, though, to that man, George Russell, who bossed it really today, didn't he? He looked very good, quickest in the 3rd practice session. Despite clipping that wall, he looked the cream of the crop today, inside a 100th between himself and Carlos Sainz. So he got it at the end. He delivered the goods, and how about that for a 1-2-3? Threw up a few surprises, didn't it? Lewis Hamilton, no doubt, will be kicking himself with that going wide, had his lap deleted, and will only start 10th in that Mercedes. That has looked the best car, no doubt about it. Will that be the same in the race? We shall find out tomorrow. Lots to look forward to in the build-up.
The 2024 Formula One season on Supersport. This program is brought to you by